Hey folks, Ryan here from Mista Rau's Gaming, and welcome to another solo playthrough with me today, where I'm going to be taking a look at one of my favorite games from last year, Point City, designed by the great team at Flatout Games. Robert Melvin, Molly Johnson, and Shawn Stankewich. Also helped in the production is AEG Alderac Entertainment Group. Yes, Point City is the great follow-up to Point Salad, but it's got a little bit more going on. So let's join me at the table. I'm going to teach you how to play Point City, and I'm going to go through a full solo playthrough video with me today. So make sure that you're putting a like on these videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and those notification bells there are there in case you want to get notified every time I go live on Tuesday evenings and when these little videos come out every now and then. All right, folks, join me at the table here. I've got everything all nicely set up for Point City. Yes, I got this big massive grid of cards that we are going to be drafting from, and essentially our turn is going to be actually fairly simple. We are either going to draft a couple cards from the grid here, or we're going to take two cards off of the top of the deck. 99% of the time, we're going to be drafting the cards from the grid here, and all of our cards are double-sided. On one side here, we have all of the resources that we're going to be using to spend in order to build buildings, which are on the other side of all of these cards, and their costs are going to be relatively, quite varying from card to card. What we can kind of generally gather, though, is that when you do build a building, most of those buildings are going to give you a permanent resource to use for the rest of the game. So quite times, I would say on the opposite side of this energy card, there's a very good chance that the building on the opposite of that is always going to provide me with a energy resource for the rest of the game. Now, we are going to be playing in the solo mode today, and so what the solo mode does is that there's a couple of tokens that are going to move across this grid, taking away cards, kind of simulating an opponent also drafting cards. Except for our opponent here is actually going to kind of draft cards in a very predictable manner, and I'm going to explain exactly how that's going to work in a little bit. Now, we also have all of these civic tiles. They are nicely lined up in a row because in a solo game, that's actually going to matter, because when the solo bot acquires civic tiles, they're actually going to go from however you decided to lay them out. I'm going to say that they're going to go from the top down to the bottom. So whatever the first civic tile that they're going to grab is going to go from the one that's closest to the top here. Now, the deck of cards has been set up according to this little player setup aid here, where we're doing a 1 to 2 player game. So we've removed the appropriate numbers from each of the different tiers and saying that we have 10 civic tokens in play. All right, well, I think we're just going to get going here, because really the gameplay is relatively simple. The strategy, well, not so straightforward, as in I get whomped by the solo bot quite regularly. So let's see if today can be a little bit different. I am also starting with a ingenuity card, which is a wild resource for myself for when I want to start building buildings. All right, well, in the very beginning here, we have a very unique situation here where every single card is a resource. And later on in the game, if a full row or a full column contains just all resources, we have the choice of actually flipping one of the cards over to its building side and then taking our turn. It's kind of like a little thing that says, hey, you know what? Let's try to boost things along the way. And you know what? At the very beginning of the game, I think I'm gonna actually take a look at what this energy card is and see what we have to use to build it. So I'm gonna flip that over, and it's actually a civic building. You can see it from this icon up here, and it's gonna acquire 3 monies in order to build that particular civic building. Alrighty, so let's take a look at what our first turn is. So our first turn is that we're going to have to draft 2 cards. And the way that we have to draft our cards is that those cards have to be adjacent to one another. Diagonals not adjacent, only up and down, left and right are considered adjacent here. At the end of our turn, when the bot gets to go, we're going to take a look at their intersection of their 2 tokens here, and they're going to draft the card that's in the intersection and the card directly below it. When they draft Resource cards, that's all fine and dandy. They don't care about resource cards unless if they end up drafting wild resources. That's going to actually count something for them. But really, what's going to happen is what's bad for us is if they draft building cards, because the more building cards they get, the more points they are going to end up scoring. And we really don't want them to get civic tokens, because civic tokens actually give them lots of points. So let's just be aware of that. So automatically, I know that I don't want to draft those 2 cards here, because those will get flipped over. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when you draft cards, when the replacements come in, they actually come in on their opposite side. So when you draft resource cards, they're going to come in, new cards are going to come in as building cards, and vice versa. But I kind of see that there's this theater here, and civic tokens are a really good way of getting points at the end of the game. So maybe I might make an early goal is to try to get this one. So I am actually going to draft. I'm going to draft these 2 economy cards here. And I'll just put those into my tableau right there. Yep, and that's it. So now these 2 cards are going to come in as buildings for the gameplay. So just like that. And now our Automa opponent is going to do their turn. They are going to take away these 2 cards. And I'll just create a discard pile just kind of off to the side over here. And those are going to come in as buildings. And then the tokens are going to move. And this is an error that I made in my very first video when I did Point City, is I wasn't moving the tokens in the appropriate way. What's supposed to happen here is that first, it's always the top one that moves to the right. When it gets to its far column, then it's going to come back to the first column, and then that's when the second row point token is actually going to move down. So now I know that they're going to draft these 2 cards in the at the end of their next turn. Well, I was thinking that I wanted to maybe get that, and I have some time, because that theater is actually not going to get drafted by the AI quite so soon. So I think I'm going to start taking a look at, I'm seeing here that they're going to actually get that one on the next turn. And actually, there's no industry icons out here in the grid, so we are going to have to pay attention to that. That's really actually quite unfortunate for ourselves. So maybe, actually, you know what? I think I might draft this. You know what? I think I might end up drafting this light post here. It's going to provide me with an energy. I don't know if that, well, actually, no, that's the appropriate move here. I could get that mini golf course, though that one's not going to go away for quite some time as well. And I really don't want to draft that one with this, because I'm going to give them a building in that regard. So I have some choices here, and I think I'm actually going to draft this light post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draft the 2 beside. So I'm actually going to draft this one. And if you forget what you drafted in that place, or what should go inside of that place, they have a couple little markers here that you can allow you to. So I'm drafting a resource. So I'm going to know that this one's going to have to come in as a building next time. And then I'm going to use my community resource and my wild ingenuity, and I am going to build this light post. And now forever, for the rest of the game, I have access to 1 energy, and that is going to come in as a resource. So these ones are going to go away. I'm just going to, there's that discard pile way over there. Just going to do it that way. And I will now replenish the market. And we're going to do this until this deck of cards ends up running out. It's quite large, but it does go by relatively quickly. It's the Automa's turn. They are just going to take away these two resource cards, and those 2 are going to come in as buildings. There we go. And that is going to move over. So now we see that there's going to be the first opportunity that they're going to draft a building card on their next turn. Unless if I was able to find a way to try to take it away, I don't think that is actually going to happen. I kind of actually want that food truck But that would mean that this would actually come into play if I were to draft these two. I don't think I have enough resources. No, I don't have enough resources to draft two side by side, which is really unfortunate here. But that food truck would actually be really handy, but it's actually not going to get drafted for a bit. Again, I keep saying that, but actually, perhaps this time around, I think I am going to maybe this time I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to get that. I'm going to grab this theater. I'm actually going to draft this economy card. So this is going to come in as a building. And then I'll draft the theater card. That's going to come in as a resource. And I have the 3 economies in order to pay for that civic building. And I'm going to put it right there. And now I get my choice of civic buildings here. And it's very early in the game. I really don't know what I'm going to focus on, but from what I gather, 7 points is 7 points. So I'm actually going to take away that 7 points, and I'm going to say that that is going to be my end of game scoring opportunity for that one. So right now I've got a total of 8 particular points. I'm going to refill the market here with a resource and a building. And my opponent is going to draft their card. They're going to draft that community resource, and they are going to draft their building. So that resource is going to come in as a building. This building is going to come in as a resource. And now I'm actually just going to create a little tableau for them way up here, because we're going to pay attention to what kinds of icons they're going to get and how many of those icons they end up getting. So I'm just going to maybe slide these ones down just a little bit more. Okay, let's create our tableau, and there we go again, and this one's going to come in as a resource, and then that one's going to shift on over. Okay, well, now I don't have any economy. That's great, because I got lots of ones that require lightning, energy, and economies. They're going to take away a couple energies away from me here. So let's try and grab some resources for ourselves. I'm going to come down here and grab this food cart. I have an energy, and there is ecology beside it, so I think that might actually be a good way to do it. So I'm actually going to draft this ecology. It's going to come in as a building, and then I'll take the food court, and that's going to come in as a resource. Now I can do this because I have an ecology now, and I have a permanent energy all the time. So now I can actually build this, and now I'll always have a permanent economy tag for the rest of the game. And then these cards are going to come in. Ooh, another civic building. Okay, and then my opponent is going to take away those 2 cards. And those were both resources, so they're both going to come in as buildings. And now for the Automa, it's going to come back to the first column, which means this is going to come down. So now I know that they're going to start taking away from these cards in the middle here, eventually this particular turn. Okay. So let's take a look at what we can possibly... I now have enough for that birdhouse, but I also have enough for that food truck, but I don't have enough to buy something else. Again, I don't have enough to buy something else. Alrighty, well, let's try. Oh, that green roof is actually pretty good too. It's got an ecology tag to it. And maybe I do. I kind of want this and this. Yeah. Oh gosh, there's so many options that we can use here. I think I am going to do. I'm actually going to draft these 2. It's going to be kind of risky. I got another economy card, and now I've got an ecology card. And those were both resources, so now these are both going to come in as buildings. Lots of buildings out there, so that means there's lots of opportunities for them to do this. So now the Automa is going to take away. That's going to come in as a building, and this one's going to come in as a resource. And now they've got another tag for themselves, and then that community is going to get discarded. Alrighty. And they've also scored themselves a victory point for that one. Okay, let's see what we can come up with here. Resource and building. And then this is going to move over. So now they're going to actually take away those two. So now they're going to have an opportunity to take away that civic building, which means that most likely that top tag is going to go away from me. Well, I could actually get that one. I could actually take away that from them so they don't get another purple tag. That's actually pretty important. And I could grab myself another energy along the way here. That's actually pretty good. Too bad I couldn't get another 3. Another 2 ecologies. But I'm thinking getting this one might be pretty good. I don't want to give them another one, and therefore I'm actually going to draft. I'll drag that energy away as well. So I'm going to draft this. So that's going to come in as a resource, and I will draft this one. That is going to come in as a building. Actually, they just took away that one. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. And I need an ecology and an energy. I have a permanent energy I can use, but I don't have, so I'm going to discard the ecology. Give me that, and I now have. There we go. Let's see what's going to come in here. So a resource and a building. And then our Automa opponent is going to discard that resource to come in as a building. And they will take away that civic building that's going to come in as a resource. And now since they've taken away a civic building, they are just going to grab this token. And we will just kind of just set that to the side for themselves. Because I'm just going to grab a discard pile over here for them. Because each of those civic building tokens is going to give them victory points at the end of this game. Move the token over. So now they're going to draft those ones. Interesting. Okay. Well, darn. I can kind of see that they're going to maybe start working their way towards over here because they're going to draft those ones next. Not much I can do. I don't have 2 ecology tags, but I could maybe grab one of these tags. So I do have 2 economies and an energy to grab this one off their future next one, but I just don't have enough to get this one right here. So, just kind of maybe play the long game here too. I can see that we're going to need some 2 industries. I do see there's some industries coming up right away here. Oh, look, and yes, we're going to start getting the ones where they provide double resources, which is really kind of nice because some of these cards are going to get very expensive for us relatively quickly. Now, I'm looking here. Actually, I can't actually draft this one because I can't actually draft either of the ones beside it, which is actually pretty terrible right now. So perhaps I'm actually going to do one of those rare circumstances where I think I'm going to just draw 2 off of the top here. Oh, and it's 2 industries. That's actually really cool. So I actually have 4 industry tags that I can use to spend. That's actually relatively interesting. Okay, and now my Automa opponent's going to they're going to discard this one. That's going to come in as a building. They're also going to take this one. It's going to come in as a resource. They're just going to take that's just another tag for them in order to do things. Okay, let's see what's going to come in. So now we can kind of see now they're going to start ramping up. That one should have been this one should have been the resource, and this one should be the building. And then that's going to move over. Oh, goody gosh. Well, they're going to get another civic building because I don't have anything in terms of ecology. But I think I can actually I can actually take these 2 buildings because I have 2 economies and 1 energy, and I have 2 industry. So I think that's actually pretty good actually getting those. It's also worth 3 victory points, and I get some more permanent tags to start building out towards the next set. Sure, I'm actually going to do that. So these are both going to come to my possession here. And these are both going to come in as resources as I try to remind myself. Okay, so I do have 2 industry. I'll discard and I'll bring that energy in. Just like that. And I have 2 economy, and I do have 1 permanent energy, so I can actually bring that in. Just have to discard that one. And I'll just move you over to the side here. Get my mouse out of the way. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to kind of diversify just a little bit. So let's bring in our cards here as our resources. Oh, look, there's an ecology. That's actually quite handy, but that's going to be all for naught because now our opponent is going to draft. They are going to take this one away, and that's going to come in as a building. And they're going to take this one away. That's going to come in as a resource. And they took away another civic. So now they are going to have, now they have 2 civic tiles for themselves. That's very much unfortunate, but let's take a look at see what's going to come up here. As this moves down, and let's see what's going to go over here. Okay, well, okay, I know I can afford the cottage, so maybe that might be something we could do, and maybe we're not going to draft. I would like to actually take the ecology, but now not much requires ecology for ourselves. So I think I'm actually just going to draft this one. That's going to come in as a resource, and I'm going to take this one above it, and that's going to come in as a building. And I just need the 2 industry tags, which is what I have. And now I have another purple and another purple there. Okay. Okay, fairly efficient turn. So let's just let's replenish. And let's see what our opponent's going to take. They're going to take these 2. They're going to take away these 2 resource cards. So each of these are going to come in as buildings. And that's going to move over. So they're going to take away these 2 cards next, which I think I'm okay with. Let's see what we can draft now, just to maybe start building up our engine just a little bit more. I would actually like another civic building, but I can see oh, wait, I could maybe get that civic building on the next turn. I could probably get that civic building on the next turn. Let's try. Yeah, let's try it. So I think I am going to draft. Oh, look at that. I could actually get 4 points there too. Oh my gosh. That one's 4 points. That one's 4 points. I could actually get both of those. I'm really looking at this economy card here. Actually, I could take pretty much anything around it except for this one. I just don't have another community tag. Let's just take a look around here. Do I want to grab the points or do I want to grab the tags? Actually, okay. So I'm gonna draft this economy one. I know that for sure. I'm gonna take that one. So this is gonna come in as a building. Now I'm just gonna see which one of these ones do I actually want to take in. And you know what? Maybe I'll just take that radio station. I have the 2 energy and a community, so I don't have to spend any cards for it. So I will take that one. That's going to come in as a resource. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to grab those ones. So those are going to come in there. And this is just going to be some more victory points for me at the end of the game. So building, it's going to come in there. And resource, going to come into here. Our opponent is going to come into here. They're going to take away these 2 cards next. Perfect. We're kind of we're limiting their ability to grab buildings. Just like that. And then this is going to move over. So now they're looking at these 2 buildings. And I am just realizing I don't. Oh, no. Oh, no. I want this civic building. I've got the economy for it, but I don't have a industry tag, and I don't have a second ecology tag. Oh no, so I cannot take this civic building here. Oh, Oh gosh, and I don't have another purple community tag. Oh dear, this is just a nightmare. Nightmare indeed. Oh no. Well, I'm guessing I'm going to have to probably try to set myself up for something else along the way, I guess. So let's maybe just grab... Maybe I'm going to take a couple across that top row there then. There's another economy tag. I can grab these two right here. And that just gives me some more tags to utilize. Yeah, I think that might be my best bet. Oh, I'm really sad that this... Oh, no, they're going to take away two... Oh, no. They're going to take away two civic buildings, which means they're going to get another two... Oh, those are big. That's big points for the Automa. That's unfortunate for us. Okay, can I really not get one of these? I don't have the industry tag. That is unfortunate. I do not have this one. I do not have one of those ones. This is by far the most unfortunate this has ever been. But I think that's just the way that the cookie is going to crumble for us this time around. Oh, I could actually afford this one too. I could actually take away those ones, but I do need one of those tags. So I think I'm just going to draft these two cards. Those are both going to come in as resources because I'm just going to double check. I have the coin and an energy, and I have an ecology and a community. So both of these I can draft. Easy enough. Just like that. These are going to come in as, both of these are going to come in as resources for us. Resource, resource. And yeah, okay, our opponent's going to draft these two buildings here, and those are two more civic tiles for themselves. That is gross. Absolutely disgusting. And that's going to move over. Okay, well, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. This is going to be, they're going to take away these ones. And I kind of want, now have enough for this one. It gives me another economy tag. And I can then draft, I can actually take away this wild resource. I can grab this wild resource, which seems to be something I'm always kind of seems to be one building. So that's going to become in a building. That's going to come in as a resource. And I have the appropriate tags for this one. So I'm going to build this up. I got nice economy here. Would really like to get that civic building token right there. It's 3 points per pair of energy and economy. That's really nice. And the other one, this one actually would be a nice one too. I'm gaining lots of, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I actually have to be able to get those civic buildings, and who knows if even more civic buildings are even going to come up. Oh, that was unfortunate too. So now they're going to draft. They're going to take this ecology card, but they are also going to get an ingenuity card. That really is bogus because ingenuity cards also grant them victory points. So I'll put that up here. Ooh, you can't see that, so I'll put that right there for them. And now this is going to come over here, and this is going to come over. Now you're probably thinking too, now how is it that they're going to draft this one and the bottom one? Well, that's going to just, for them, it's going to wrap around. So now we're looking at, they're going to be taking away these cards in the next round here. So again, they're going to get some buildings. And I can afford, I can afford some of these buildings, but can I afford the ones that are next to them? That's the crux of the problem here. So this one would require me requires me to have 2 economies and 2 communities, which I do have. This one requires me to have 2 energy, which I do have, and 2 communities, which I only have 1 more, but I do have the wild one. And I guess, which one do I want? So I don't have, I wouldn't be able to take one. So I could actually draft these 2 right now. Not bad. Yeah, that's actually not bad, because then also gives me another industry tag here. So I have the 2 economies. 2. So I'm going to grab that one for and that's going to come in as a resource. And now I also have the 2 energies, but I need this. So I need to spend this and this to grab this one as well. And that's also going to come in as a resource. Okay, so that's just more victory points for me at the end of the game. And this one is going to give me another industry tag. Maybe I'll just slide those ones down to kind of, okay. Okay, resource and resource. That is bad luck for us. That is bad luck for the things. So now they're going to draft this one. It's going to come in as a building. And they're going to draft this one. That's going to come in as a resource. So that's another ingenuity card for them. And now that is another, where can I'm just going to put this draw pile there. And that is another tag for them as well. But at least I'm not letting them get multiple tags. That in the higher difficulties, once they start obtaining multiple tags of the same kind, that's where their points really start ramping up. But these civic building ones, those are what's going to kill me here. Okay, so that's going to come in as a resource. This one down here is coming in as a building, and now we are into the level 3s. Okay, well, let's see what we got going on here. I haven't, now that they've taken away all those civic buildings, I haven't been able to grab myself another civic building. Here's one down here, but it requires so much ecology. And I don't have an ecology engine built up. That's unfortunate. Let's see what we can grab here, because I can see that we're going to end up in a situation. They're going to take away these 2. That's another ingenuity card, and that's another building card for them. Ingenuity. I might want to take away the ingenuity, though. Actually, yeah. You know what? That's actually a pretty strong move for us. But that's going to bring in a building for them, and then they're going to get 2 buildings. Oh, and who knows? That might be a civic building underneath there. Oh no! Oh no! Do I give up the ingenuity, or do I give up the civic, or the potential of the civic building? Or let's just. Let's see what we got going on here. So I don't have so I can't afford this one, actually. I can afford this card, though. Oh, no, I can't, because I don't have the other purple. I don't have another purple tag. But if I draft this ingenuity with it, I could actually pay for it that way. Oh, I can afford this one down here. Oh, I'm just 1 ecology short from something beside it. And yep, I'm just 1 ecology short from something beside it. Dang it. Well, maybe we will do it that way. Maybe we'll go with. Well, that's actually, but that could be my next turn here, is grabbing those 2, because I do have all of the tags right there. So maybe I will grab these 2. Sure, I'm going to grab these 2. This is going to come in as a resource. This is going to come in as a building. I need to spend that ingenuity to grab this one just so I can build it. Oh, I really want a civic building come out that I can afford, so I can get that one right there. That would be very, very nice. Okay, let's see what the building comes out as. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, this one was supposed to be oh gosh. Oh no, I messed this up now. Was this supposed to be the resource? No, this one comes in. Which one did I grab? Grabbed you. I think this one's supposed to come in as the resource, and this one's supposed to come in as the building. I may have messed that up. I apologize if I did. I thought I used the tokens appropriately here. So, okay. Now my opponent's going to take away theirs. They're going to grab this. That's going to come in as a resource. They're going to grab this other ingenuity card here, and that's going to come in as a building. So 3 ingenuity cards. And another lightning tag. So that's where this starts. So once they start accumulating multiple of the same tags, that's where things are going to start ramping up for them. So let's hopefully in the end game here, we can limit what's going to happen there. Move one over. Okay, so they're going to grab this one again. So I think my turn here is that I was actually going to grab these two right here. That's 8 points. 8 points is 8 points. That's a lot. That's a lot of points for starting to get to this stage of the game. I can also afford this one too here. But I want to limit their ability here. So I think I'm actually going to grab these two. I have the 3 economies and an ecology and this one, so I can afford these ones. So these are both going to come back as resources. And I'll just put those beside here as more points for myself. There, oh my gosh, it gives them another ingenuity. That, I guess that's the way just the cookie crumbles here. That's going to go like there. That's going to come in as a building. So that's another ingenuity card for them. And that's that's another. I'm just going to start stacking them up over here like this. And that's another tag for them on that. Okay. Just letting you know, I don't think that I'm doing very well, but we'll have to see exactly what's going to play out here at the very end of the game. Okay, well, let's see what's going to happen next here. Alrighty. So what do they draft? They're drafting this one and that one. So I can afford this one. So I am going to take that one away from them. Just what else can I afford along the way? I don't have the other ecology tag for this one. So I guess I would have to be taking this one away. I am guessing. So I'm going to take away this one from them. So this is going to be a building, then a resource. I have the 2 and the 3, so I don't have to pay any extra cards. So I'm going to place that one down. And now I have lots of industry tags that I can use to spend. And we are getting right down to the nitty-gritty. Yes. Yes, a civic token. Whoops, and this is supposed to be a resource. And these 2 are going to go away from them. This is just going to be a building and a building. That's going to come over to here. And this one's going to have to come back up to the top here. So now it's going to be those ones that are going to go away. But I can have a civic building. I can have a civic building, which is what I kind of been looking to try to get. So I think I'm going to draft it, and we're going to give them another one of those and an ingenuity card. Oh, I know that this, but oh my gosh, I'm going to only have one more turn after this turn. I only have one more turn after this turn. That is the thing. I think I might be able to do something here. I know that's going to give that away, but I think I can do something here because I think I can draft these 2 buildings from beside one another. Now, hear me out here. I'm going to draft this one. That's going to come in as a resource. That's good. That's okay because I got the 2 communities and I've got the 3 economies. That is okay. I got that. But now since I've drafted that actually now gives me 2 ecologies and the 2 energies that I can actually take this one as well for 5 more points at the end of the game. I'm liking that. I like that a lot actually as a move. And because I know that they're not going to get a civic building, so I am going to be able to get my civic building at the end of the game here. So these 2 are going to come in as resources. No, wait, that was my last turn of the game. Oh no, because they're going to refill. Oh wait, no. Yeah, so wait, this refills. Then they're going to take away their 2, and then there's nothing to, so no, that was my, oh gosh. That was my last turn of the game. Let's back that up then. Let's back, oh boy, that one there, and this one. I'm going to back that up because this is my last one. So that move here would have netted me 7 points. I would have got the 2 and the 5. 7 points. But if I grab this one. This gives me a civic token. And I don't think I can afford anything else. I wouldn't have any more economy to afford. And I wouldn't have enough economy to afford this one. So I'd have to... So essentially, is this civic token going to be worth more than 7 points? Let's take a look here. The one that I was looking at would have been this one. 3 points per pair. 1, 2. There's 3. So this is actually a 9-point civic token. That would have been a 7 point. So that's actually... This is taking this civic building as a positive 2 more points for me. Let's see if there's anything else. No, this would only be 5. This would only be 4. This one's not very much. This one's not very much. So I think actually grabbing this civic building and this right here, building resource, is my better choice. And I have to spend this economy. This ecology comes into my play here. This is another civic building, which I am going to draft that piece right there. Okay, and then my opponent drafts their last 2 cards here, which gives them another industry tag and another ingenuity card. Oh boy, look at all of this fun that's going to happen when we start adding up all of these victory points here. Let's see what we're going to compare to. So, in the back of the book here, at the back of the book in the solo mode, we have the AI scoring. Let's see what it would be like on easy mode here. On easy mode, they add up the printed points on their cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 point per permanent resource card that they end up getting. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 3 points per... And then 3 points per civic token that they have. So that's another 12. So what do they have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they would have 24 points on easy mode. I think I got more than 24 points on easy mode. So maybe we'll try their medium mode. Medium mode here says that they are going to get... So this is a little bit confusing, and I hope somebody can help me clarify the medium scoring here. I'm going to show it. Oh, gosh, where am I going here? Because it says points printed on cards, and then it says 1, 2, 3 points for 1, 2, 3 plus of each type of permanent resource, 5 points per civic token. How I read that is if there is one permanent, that's worth 1 point. But if they have 2, that's 2 points per, so this would be actually worth 4 points. And if they would have 3, that would be 3 points per, and that would be 9 points, 12 points, whatever. So in this case, in medium mode here, we would end up having, this would be, okay, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 4, that's 9, 10, 14, 18, so 18 points from there, and then 5 points per civic token. So they got another 20. So they would have a score of 38 in the medium mode. Let's try to compare our score to that one. Let's compare our score to that one. So we're going to get the printed costs of our cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 8 is 18 plus another 9. That's 27, 34. And then another 9 from my pairs here. So that's what, 34. So that, and another 9 is 43 points. Oh, so I actually beat the medium AI. First time, I think, ever. Let's take a look at what the hard mode is. Because this is, oh gosh. Because this is where, in hard mode, their ingenuity cards get them points as well. So in hard mode, they would get 6 points for a pair here. So 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then another 7 points per token here. So another 28. So 29 and 28. Yeah, we got smoked on the hard mode, but at least I beat the medium mode score. That is fantastic. Oh, that's been one of my better games of Point City in quite some time. And I'm glad that you were able to be witness to it today. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if you enjoyed that video, please make sure you put a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get notified every time that new videos are going live on Tuesday evenings and when little videos like this come out every now and then. All right, folks. That's been Point City from Flatout Games and AEG, and I would like to wish you a great day, afternoon, or evening whenever you decide to watch this, and thanks for watching, y'all. Cheers!